my 3 pebbles I've taken from the Irish Sea to the North Sea, just to represent Linny, Foxy Lynn, Joel and Levi, who are the 3 people who've kind of come on this journey of Pays and supported us all the way through. So yeah, taking them, put them in my backpack and throw them into the sea when I get to the North Sea. So started along the coast and just really beginning to move up north, and in a few more miles turn east and begin to head towards the North Sea. So first thing I've noticed so far about the walk is that it's a lot better signposted, and the paths are so much more well worn. So 25 years ago it was definitely not as clear as this. I remember almost walking off the cliff at one point because I had no idea which way to go, which I know sounds stupid, but I did. But this is a lot easier, so all the paths are really, you can probably see behind me, the paths are really worn in now, which is great. So hopefully that's a good sign. My ankle is definitely sore, but I'm not limping, which is good. For those of you who don't know, I kind of rolled it a week ago, and I couldn't walk until about 4 days ago. So far so far, what I basically promised the Foxy Lynn, my wife, is that if I start to limp, I'll have to stop, because I don't want to do permanent damage. But so far it's painful, but it's just sore, and that's fine. You know, I'll have blisters, I'll have lots of aching bones. As long as I'm not damaging myself, I'm okay. So yeah, so far so good really. Hey, so I'm with Pete. Pete and Bryony head up Pays in England and Northern Ireland, and soon to be Scotland and hopefully Wales. And they've been doing a phenomenal job over 20 years now. So Pete, just tell us about what's happening with Thru-Hike for Schools, kind of like what's going on for you in England and stuff.
Yeah, well, we've got lots of churches all over the UK who've signed up, and this morning we joined a church in Manchester, Audacious Church, to pray with them. They're doing Thru-Hikes across Manchester. Then we're hearing people in Cornwall, across the UK and Northern Ireland. Pray for Schools are getting involved, so they have prayer groups all over the UK, specifically to pray for schools. Prayer Spaces in Schools and 24/7 prayer, wow. Getting involved in Youthscape, and Youth for Christ are praying through May, and so they're encouraging people to do Thru-Hikes as part of Pray Through May. So, and
I've been able to do a couple of video kind of sermons for Youth for Christ,
the message,
and the message, which is great. So there's a real movement, I think, in England springing up, a real desire to pray for schools, and today's day one. So day one was all about praying, or is all about praying that churches around the world will really open their hearts and minds to the possibilities of reaching generation in schools and serving them. So that's what it's been about, and we're really seeing that happen, I think, in the UK, and hopefully it'll spread around the world as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I've just left everybody who was supporting me for the first few miles. They've gone back now. That's Pete, the National Director of Pays in Great Britain, the Foxy Lynn, my wife, and Matt, who's a Pays apprentice, who did some videoing at the start, which we really appreciate. We stopped in Claytor together just for a little break, and my ankle started to really play up, so I'm a bit worried about it. I've got the first proper climb about to happen now, so I'm going to see how that goes and see what happens to my ankle by the end of that climb. Hopefully it will be okay. Apparently on the other side of Dent, which is the climb, it's not a very big climb, but apparently it's pretty difficult to get down or something. There's some kind of, there's a warning sign on one of the maps I'm using saying it's a bit precarious, so we'll see how we go. So there's the sea where I've come from. It's about 14 miles, it's not been too bad. And then this is the mountains where I'm going. Unfortunately, GoPro doesn't really give you a true indication of the size. They are beautiful. Okay, my 60-second lesson sparked off by the fact that Coast to Coast is now full of people. When I came, I met one person the whole trip. Saw about 3 signs. Now it is full of infrastructure. There are signs everywhere, nice styles, tons of people. Don't despise the day of small things, because eventually they may become quite big. The benefit in the small days and the small things is you can shape them really easily. So don't throw away the water you've got because you see a mirage. Don't keep thinking, oh, one day when this happens, I'll be able to do this. Don't despise the day of small things. Use them, shape things. You're going to find it easier to shape your dreams and your vision now than you are when it gets bigger. So don't waste the time dreaming.